51 chapter is ethics, business ethics and banking integrated perspective. 52 is ethics at the individual level. 53 is ethics dimension related to employee. Then 54 is work ethics and the workplace. 55th is banking ethics changing dynamic. So now today we are going to start your chapter number 1, that is banker and customer relationship. Okay. So this chapter, that is banker and customer relationship, we will come to know that what is the relationship between the banker and the customer, right? So apart from the basic relationship, that is debtor and creditor, there are some other relationship also between the banker and the customer, and we will be covering all the relationship in this chapter, right? Chali. So let's begin, but these are the two basic functions, that is deposit, right? Taking the deposit and giving the advances. So these are the two basic function of any bank, right? So basic function of banker is accepting money from the public by way of deposit. So deposit is the number one basic service. Then using that deposit into the loan. This is your public is giving to the bank. They can ask anytime. So it will be payable on demand of the customer. Okay. So that lending or investment and the depositing, accepting the deposit, right? These are the two basic services which bank is providing. Apart from that, so if any deposit which bank is taking, right, that will be used for lending and investment. So deposit should be only for lending and investment. So any company, even if they are accepting the deposit for trading or maybe for manufacturing, we cannot call it as a, we cannot consider it as a bank. Okay, the deposit should be from the public. So if any nidhis, multi benefit society, cooperative society, they are accepting deposit from their member but not from the public, we cannot cover it as a bank. Okay. So of course the acceptance of deposit should be in the form of money. So according to the company act, what is the and according to the section 5c of BR Act, what is the meaning of bank? What is the exactly definition of bank? Okay, I have attached this PPT. You can see this PPT as well, right? I have already attached this PPT. Just go through that PPT, right? One second. I'll just give you as a even. Okay, I have already attached this PPT. So, Section 5C of BR Act, it giving you the definition of BR Act. That means any banking company, if they are deposit, if they are depositing the money and using that money into the lending and investment, we called it as a banking, right? So any company, any other company, they cannot use in their title of the organization the word banker, banking, banking company, right? That is strictly prohibited according to the section 7(1) of PRA. Any company, if they are not doing the banking services, they cannot use this word, that is banker, banking or banking company. It is strictly prohibited. Apart from that, money lender like Mahajan, Sahukar, Shettis, they all are run their business, they are not the banker. Accepting deposit from the public, so every institution carrying out the business of banking must accept the deposit of money from the public, should not confine to the deposit from its member only, right? So they are not the. So in case of Mahalakshmi Bank Limited versus Registrar of Company, if any company gave loan to the public, but they have not used the deposit from the public, okay, so we cannot consider as a banking company according to the section 5 of BR Act. So acceptance for the purpose of lending or investment. So if you are taking the money from the public, it should be used for the lending or investment. Otherwise, we cannot termed as a bank. This is a mandatory condition. That means you have to take the deposit from the public, not from the member. Apart from that, you have to use that money into the purpose of lending or investment. Okay, these are the two mandatory condition any company is having. Then deposit payable to the depositor, repayable to the depositor on demand. So whenever a customer is demanding their money, you have to give them back. Okay, this is a basic condition. It can be withdrawal by maybe check, draft, or order, or any other form. Okay. Now, according to the Section 6 of BR Act, there are some other services also which bank is performing. Discounting of bill, collection of check in bill, remittance, safe custody of the article, hiring safe deposit locker, conducting foreign check exchange transaction, conducting government transaction, issuing letter of credit and guarantee. Apart from that, bank nowadays they are also undertaking the some additional services like wealth management, project appraisal, mutual fund, LIC, executive trustee services, acceptance of central and state government tax, security trading, factoring, venture capital financing, demat, all these services, right? So now who is a customer? See, customer definition is not defined any law, but normally who is using the banking services? A person who has an account in the bank can be considered as a customer, right? So now, and according to the KYC, the customer is who is having any type of business, who is maintaining the account or has a business relationship with bank and conducting any transaction with the bank. We called it as a customer, right? So one on whose behalf account is maintained, we called it as a beneficial owner. See, beneficial owner is the person who completely, ultimately owns the control of a business. Suppose I am the beneficial owner. ठीक? On behalf of me, someone is performing my transaction. Okay, but I am the beneficial owner. That means I have the ultimate control on a asset. Okay, so beneficiary of transaction conducted by professional intermediaries such as stockbroker, chartered accountant, solicitors, they are permitted as a under the law. So any person or entity connected with a financial transaction which can pose significant reputation or other risk to the bank. Okay. So as a according to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, client means a person who is engaged in a financial transaction or activity with a reporting entity, right? So that means a customer of a bank need not necessarily be a natural person. It can be even a firm also. It can be maybe a joint stock company also, maybe a society also, or maybe a separate legal entity also. It can be anyone. Okay? So this is the first basic relationship between the bank and customer in case of deposit. Suppose I am the customer and I am taking the deposit from the bank. I'm giving the deposit to the bank. Okay. So here actually bank is debtor but customer is a creditor because I have deposited my money to the bank. That means I am the creditor and bank is a debtor, right? So bank is free to use the money in a way which most beneficial to it, right? So normally the demand should be made in a specified manner. That is in writing by maybe check, draft, withdrawal form, order or otherwise. Okay. So the creditor actually they does not have any security from the debtor. So if I am the creditor, I am depositing my money, but I cannot take any security from the bank. But in case of loan, it is this relationship, there is a second relationship, right, which is exactly vice versa. Exactly vice versa. Why is it? Because here actually bank is creditor and I am the debtor, because bank is lending the money to me. I am the borrower now. I am the borrower here, a debtor, and bank is the lender. But this is the basic difference between the first relationship and this relationship is, if bank is giving me money, okay, they are giving money to me, but for that actually they are taking, okay, they are taking the securities from me, right? They are taking the security. So borrower execute the document and offer the security to the bank before utilizing the credit facility. So this is the difference, right? Then, right? So this is the difference in that between the first relationship and the second relationship. You have to give them the security. Then, in addition to these two activity, bank also undertake other activity which is mentioned in the section 6 of the BR Act, depending upon the type of services, right? So here actually bank will be bailey, trustee, principal, agent, ledger, and custodian. So I'll show you what all are the other relationship bank is having. Okay. Now the third relationship is when bank is a trustee, right? What is that mean? Trustee and beneficiary relationship. This is here actually the customer is beneficiary and bank is the trustee. Now what is the definition of trustee? Trustee is a person who administer your property, who hold your asset, who hold your property. We called it as a trustee. Okay? So your bank is a trustee, but customer is a beneficiary. Okay? And trustee is required to make decision in the beneficiary's best interest and have a fiduciary relationship to them. That means, right? That means customer if keeping any valuable article with the bank, okay, so bank will be the trustee. That means they have to take care, they have to administer the property, but again owner is the customer. Okay, customer is the owner here. So this is the difference, right? This is the trustee and beneficiary relationship. Then we have the bailee and bailer relationship between the banker and customer. Now, what is the definition of bailee and what is the definition of bailer? Okay. See, bailee is the person who called it as a custodian, possession of the goods, who is having the possession of the goods. So bank is having the possession of the good. They are not owner of the goods, but yes, they are having the possession of the goods. So if I'm depositing any certain valuable bond, securities or other document with the bank for their safe custody, that means bank is become the trustee here and the customer is bailer. So who's the bailer here? Bailer is the person, okay, right? Bailer is the person who is the owner of the goods, but bailee is the person who is having the possession of the goods. So if I left my valuable bond security with the bank, bank is a bailee, but I am the bailer. So according to section 148 of Indian Contract Act, ban is the custodian of the security of the customer. So maybe because of negligence, of course, bank is a bailee. Bank will be liable for any loss which is caused to me. So the finder of lost goods should return any increase in goods and animal to the true owner. Okay. Then we have the next relationship is that is agent and principal relationship. Here actually the bank is agent and The customer is a principal. So according to the section 182 of Indian Contract Act 1872, a principal is a person who delegate authority to other person, namely the agent. Okay? So according to section 182, who is the agent and who is the principal? See, agent is a person who is doing your services on behalf of the principal, on behalf of the customer. Okay? Maybe paying the bills, paying the electricity bill, paying the telephone bill, paying the insurance premium, club fees on behalf of the customer. So I am the principal here, right? But on behalf of me, bank is doing work for me. So bank is my agent. Okay? And this relationship will be terminate if I'll be dead, if I'll be insolvent, or maybe lunatic. Lunatic means mentally disturbed. Okay? Insolvent means bankrupt, right? Then we have the other relationship is that is lazy and laser, right? Now what is this relationship is all about? That means according to the Transfer of Property Act, you are actually lazy. Okay? Customer is a lazy because customer is using the property of the bank, and for that enjoyment, for that property they are using, they are paying the rent also, yearly rent, right? So if we are using the safe deposit locker of the bank on a lease basis, that means I'll be lazy here and bank is a leaser. Okay? Right? So bank is not liable. Please remember that. Good morning everyone. So bank is not liable for any damage or loss of content of locker arising from the natural calamity or act of God. Okay? Like earthquake, flood, lightning, thunderstorm, bank is not liable. Okay? So here actually I'm using the property of the bank. That means I'm the lazy here and bank is my laser here. Okay. Then we have the next relationship, that is indemnity, right? And indemnifier. Okay. So what is the meaning of indemnity? Indemnity means that is security or protection against the law, against the against the loss, against the any financial burden. So section 124 says that means the right of indemnity holder. Here bank is the right. See, here customer is the indemnifier and bank is the indemnity holder. Okay? So indemnity means this is an obligation by a person to provide compensation for a particular loss suffered by another person. So in case of banking, the relationship happens in transaction of issue, duplicate demand draft, TDR, deceased account payment. In that case, the indemnifier will compensate any loss arising from the wrong or excess payment. Okay? So in all these cases, the bank is the indemnity holder. That means promisee. Okay? And the customer is the indemnifier, promiser, right? So if any loss is happened to me, to the indemnifier, bank is having the security against the losses. Bank is the indemnity holder. Okay, so these all are the relationship. Please remember this table, right? I have already explained you. In case of deposit in the bank, bank is the debtor, customer is the creditor. In case of you are taking the loan from the bank, bank is a now exactly opposite. Bank is the creditor and customer is the debtor here. Suppose I have left my some article with the bank, safe in the safe custody of the bank. Bank is a bailee and customer is a bailer. Then I have the safe deposit locker with the bank. That means bank is a laser and customer is a lazy. In case of collection of the check, that means bank is the agent and customer is the principal. In case of purchase of draft, then bank is a debtor and customer is the creditor. In case of pay of draft, then bank is a trustee and customer is the beneficiary. Then pledge, mortgagee. in case of a standing instruction or maybe the sale and purchase of security on behalf of customer, bank is the doing work on behalf of me. So bank is the agent and I am the principal. Okay. Then in case of article left by mistake with the bank, so bank is a trustee and I am the beneficiary. In the case of hypothecation, that is hypothecatee and hypothecator. So these all are the relationship. Of course, the starting two is the basic relationship, but others are also the ancillary services which normally bank is providing to. Okay. So this is the relationship which bank is having. Now, what all are the type of deposit? We have the two type of deposit. That is, number one is demand deposit. Number two is time deposit. What is the meaning of demand and time deposit? See, always remember that the demand deposit is always payable on the demand and the interest rate will be low. Like saving account, current account, OD account, unclaimed deposit, these all are the demand deposit. Time deposit are like FD, RD. Okay? It is repaid after the expiry of deposit period. So high interest rate will be there. Then it the minimum time period of any time deposit, that is 7 days, and maximum is 120-month period. Okay? With or maybe without the reinvestment plan. So we have the in the bank we have the normally the two main deposit, that is demand or the time deposit. Okay? Now, what is the demand deposit exactly? We are having the demand deposit as a current and as a saving account. Even the OD or unclaimed deposit are also there, but these are the two basic type. Current means normally the account which is opened by any bank, any business, okay, or any, right. So that means the balance in the account will be fluctuate, okay, in a very high manner. So there is no interest will be paid, but in the saving account it normally increase your saving habit. Suppose my salary is 30,000 and I'm spending it 20,000, 10,000 I am saving every month. So that 10,000 I can deposit in my saving deposit account. Okay, right. And these are the time deposit. So maybe mode of interest payment can be periodical or cumulative one. The mode of investment may be in lump sum or in the installment, maybe the mode of return of principal on maturity or in installment. These are the time deposit. Like FD, RD, all these are the time deposit. Okay. Now, time deposit, there are several type of time deposit. That means fixed deposit, short term deposit, reinvestment deposit, right, RD, and flexi recurring deposit. That means this month I'll be giving 5,000 rupees, I'll be depositing, next month I'll be depositing 10,000 rupees. Flexible. Okay, not the strict one. So what is the meaning of that is hybrid deposit, okay, or flexi deposit? See, the meaning of hybrid deposit, that is actually the combination of uh, demand and fixed deposit. Suppose every month I'll be saving, right, 10,000. I have given the mandate to the bank, okay, that every month if my balance will be more than 10,000, okay, so whatever amount is there, please deposit that amount to the, right, in the hybrid deposit or flexi deposit. So maybe this month I'll be saving above the 10,000 in my account, I'll be saving 5,000 more. So that amount will be deposited into the hybrid deposit. Next month, maybe I'll be depositing maybe above 10,000, there will be a 8,000 or 9,000 rupees will be there. So that should be deposited with the TK bank. So that is actually the hybrid deposit or flexi deposit. Normally, all the public sector bank, they are having this facility. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of merchant banking? What is the meaning of merchant banking? See, merchant banking is all about when the bank, they are giving the services to the high net worth individual, right? They are giving them the advisory services. Okay, they will help them in IPO, in follow up IPO, right? Normally, so this is actually the services where merchant banker, they are giving the several type of services to the, right, to the large corporate and to the right, high net worth individual. So what is the meaning of merchant banking? That is actually the financial institute which normally provide the financial services to private corporation, especially their client. What services they are offering? They are offering the services of financing, underwriting, advising, fundraising. Okay, and normally to the bank, normally to the private corporation and to the high net worth individual and the large corporation. So they are giving the banking and financial solution to the high net worth individual and the large corporation. That is the meaning of merchant banking. They are not providing any basic services. Like, what is the basic service of the bank? Deposit the money, accepting the deposit, and giving the loan. But the merchant banking, they are dealing with the large corporation, they are dealing with the high net worth individual. Okay, so these are the merchant banking, right? Now the lease financing. What is the meaning of lease financing? That means when bank is leasing out their capital asset which is owned by the institution to another company against payment of monthly rent for asset consumption or use. Okay, so here the finance is provided by the institution, we called it as a lessor. Okay, which does not enjoy the use of asset but is its owner, right? So basically here lessor is entitled to write off the certain amount of capital cost. So what is the meaning of lease financing? In the lease financing, bank is giving the, okay, bank is leasing out the capital asset. Okay, and for that they are taking the monthly rent from the customer, like they are providing the car. Okay, car services. So that means bank is taking the monthly rent for that lease financing. Okay, plastic money, you know that what, or nowadays we are all using the plastic money, that is debit card, ATM card, credit card. Okay, so these are some type of plastic money. First is charge card. Charge card is the electronic payment card. Okay, the interest will not be charged in that case. But what is the difference between the credit card and the charge card? See, in the credit card, you can pay the money in the part. Suppose my limit is 2 lakh and I have spent 1.5 lakh. So maybe this month I can pay 80,000, 90,000, and next month the rest of amount I can pay. But in the charge card, you have to pay all the balance which is due in a full. Okay? So usually every month. So holder of this card may have to pay a high annual fees. So there are free few issuer of the charge card. So charge card usually do not have a present spending limit, and the amount allowed to be drawn varies depending on the uses. Okay, so that is a charge card where you have to pay all the amount in a one go, right? You cannot delay the payment. But in the credit card, you can pay the money, right, as a part also, in a part also. So this is the basic difference between the charge card and credit card. Credit card means there is a sanctioned credit limit, right, for purchasing the goods and services, and even whatever outstanding amount is there, that you can pay part of that, right, part of that amount you can pay within the specified period. Now the next is debit card. Debit card is similar to the credit card. But what is the basic difference between the debit card and credit card? Right? The transaction amount is debited to the cardholder account as soon as it is notified to the issuer. So it is deducting from the saving or current account. Okay. Then ATM card, of course, nowadays ATM come debit card will be we are using. Prepaid card is like a gift card. Gift card means the money is already paid. Suppose I have taken 20,000 prepaid card. That means 20,000 rupees I have already paid to the bank. Okay? So in advance we have already paid that money, right? It is like a gift card. Okay? We can use in the withdrawing cash from the ATM also. Wow, what is the meaning of co-branded card? Nowadays, these all cards are very very famous. You can see that there is a card of Amazon and ICICI. This is a co-branded card, where actually retailer of consumer or services issue in the partnership with a particular credit card issuer or network. Okay? So normally often bearing the logos of both the credit card company and the retailer. So all the co-branded card they earn merchandise discount point. Okay? So even just recently PNB has also launched PNB Patanjali card. Okay? So certain discount is there, reward is there if you will be using that card, right? Now these all are the electronic services which normally bank is providing. Okay, you can for the payment also you can use the NEFT, you can use RTGS, IMPS. In the upcoming chapter, we will be covering all these topics. What is a NEFT? What is RTGS? What is a IMPS? What is a UPI? ठीक है then AEPS and NACH National Automated Clearing House ठीक है and all the government scheme we will be covering in the module B, that is right. Now these are the services for which actually commission income bank is generating from the government, like national pension scheme, PPF, Public Provident Fund, Capital Gain Account Scheme, Senior Citizen Saving Scheme, Sukanya Samriddhi Account, Gold Monetization Scheme, Sovereign Gold Bond Scheme, right? Gold Import Atal Pension Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Vaya Vandana Yojana, Suraksha Bima Yojana, Stand Up India Scheme, Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Okay? So these all are the government scheme for which bank is taking the commission, right? Now these all are the third party product like demat account, trading account, 3-in-1 account, mutual fund, LIC, health insurance, vehicle, house insurance. These third party sale is also handled by the bank. Okay. Now what all are the safe custody or trusteeship services, right? So bank and banker they are enjoy the public trust. Okay. So there are safe custody of the article, hiring out the safe deposit locker for safekeeping of valuable. Okay. These are the additional services. Escrow account. What is the meaning of escrow account? Escrow account means when a party want to exercise some control on the use of the fund received in the account in the name of another party. Okay, so if you are exercising some control on the use of fund received in the account in the name of other party, so whatever fund you are using, okay, you are receiving in your account and you can use that fund in the name of another party. So escrow service for the document, these are the situation when certain party to transaction want to have joint control of a document until certain conditions are fulfilled. Okay, one second. Huh? So trusteeship, executorship, these all are the services. Bank is also giving the trusteeship services for handling of certain fund or asset. And bank even offering the service of executor of the bill. So these all are the ancillary services which normally bank is providing. Now we have the question in the end and answer is already given here. Okay. Now I'm going to start your chapter number 2, that is. Okay. One second. That is AML and KYC guideline. This is your chapter number 2. AML and KYC guideline. Yes. So this is your AML and KYC guideline. What is the meaning of money laundering services? See, money laundering services is when you are uh, converting your black money, okay, into the white money for using that money into the criminal activities like drug trafficking, gun smuggling, corruption. You are using that money into the all these criminal activity. We called it as a money laundering. So money laundering is a process whereby the origin of fund generated from the criminal activities, drug trafficking, gun smuggling, corruption is concealed, and these funds are infused in the financial system. Okay? So that money actually generated from the illegitimate resources like maybe drug trafficking, gun smuggling, and using that money into the into the other activities. Okay, that is called, we called it as a money laundering, right? So all the corruption, tax evasion, Ponzi scheme, other financial crime are closely connected with the money laundering. Okay, so we called it as a, what is the third component of TF, that is terrorist financing. Okay, see, so three component are ML, TF, and MC, FC. Okay, financial crime, money laundering, terrorism financing, and financial crime. These three are interrelated with each other, right? So organized crime group and professional money launder, that means OCG and PML, they are having the network which propagate the criminal activity and laundering the fund which is generated from these activities. So MLTF, ML is money laundering, TF is terrorism financing, and FC is the financial crime. These three are very very interrelated. Okay. Now, as you know that we have the FATF, Financial Action Task Force. What is the meaning of FATF? FATF is the global organization, and even India is also the part of the FATF. So what is the work of the FATF? What is the role of the FATF? They have to take proper safety measures, right, for prevention of the money laundering. Okay, so they have given some recommendation. What recommendation they have given? They have given some recommendation that serve as a anti money laundering and combating financing of the terrorism, that is CFT. So we called it as a FATF standard 2012. Okay, so money laundering and terrorism financing, these are considered as a criminal activity across the world. Right now we have the three stages of money laundering. The first stage is placement, right? In the placement stage, right, what we have done, what we have to do, we have to place that money, we have to deposit that money into the multiple bank account, right? That is the first stage, that is placement. We have to deposit that money into the financial system. Layering means in the small transaction, in the small layer of fund transfer, you have to deposit that money, okay, in the small transaction, that is we called it as a layering. Then I have the integration. Integration means that you have to, right, you can collect the fund lying in the multiple account. Integration means finally you can convert that black money into the white money, right? By using that money, maybe purchasing the property, purchasing the jewelry. That is the integration process, right? So we have the three stages of money laundering. What all are the three stages? That is placement, layering, and integration. Placement means you have to deposit that fund into the bank. Now you have to do the layering, small transaction you have to do after the integration, and finally you can convert that black money into the white money, maybe by purchasing real estate, maybe by purchasing jewelry, all these. Okay, so these are the three stages of any money laundering process. Now, what all are the stages of financing of terrorism? Financing of terrorism means whatever money you are having, you are giving that money into the into the terrorism activities, right? So there are stages are raising, moving, storing, and using. Okay. First is raising. Raising means first stage. In the first stage, any organization they have to raise the fund from the sympathizer, right? From the maybe anyone, from the anyone, I mean, they have to raise the fund for the terrorist activity. Okay, like Lashkar e Taiba, these all are raising the money from the different sympathizer. Okay, even in India also we have the sympathizer, even in the Pakistan, Afghanistan. So first of all, raise the money. Second is moving that money. Right, suppose money is raised in the Pakistan and not anywhere. So the terrorist organization they have to move that money into the home country, okay, where their organization is located. Storing means they have to deploy that money for the terrorism related activity, including the regular activity for running the outfit with a gap of time. Okay, that means parking that money into the bank account. And finally, using stage. That means using that money, whatever fund you have raised, using that money into the terrorism act. Okay. Now, what is the objective of prevention of money laundering? See, the objective of money laundering is, of course, that is uh, prevention of money laundering means we have to prevent whatever money laundering is there. Okay, because the money laundering that will be used for terrorism activities, right? That money will be used for financial crime. So, as a bank, as an Indian, we have to prevent the money laundering process because it can spread the criminal activity in the society. We have to safeguard the economy from financial crime, and we have to save the terrorism activity also. We have to prevent the terrorism activities. Okay. Now from here we will continue tomorrow side, right? Tomorrow we will complete this chapter, and I'm going to start your chapter 3 tomorrow. Okay, so all the viewers who all are watching me live, right? Who all are watching me live, please remember, do not forget to subscribe our channel first of all, right? And you can type here, that is Adda 24/7, right? You have to type here, that is Adda 24/7. Go by the category of GIB and CIB. So this is a category of GIB CIB, so you have to go by the GIB May 2024, right? This is the crash course which we have today, we have launched. So this is a GIB May 2024 crash course, right? So it will be for March April. This is the complete, right? The complete study plan we have given there. Okay, so this is your IIFS study plan. Complete study plan is there. That means from the 18th, okay, that will be goes by, right, 18th, that is class 1, class 2, module A test, module B. So Amanjot ma'am, she will be taking your this class. Okay, this is your crash course, right? We have the PPB also here. Okay, in the PPB, this is our class. that is module A, ठीक है, module B, and this is the slot, right? So this will be, of course, I have given here approx 7 to 8 class, but yes, it will take a lot more. Then Amanjot ma'am, she will be starting your module B and module C. Module A and D will be taken up by me. That is, okay. And this is your AFM batch. It will be taken by Niharika ma'am. Okay. So module A is there, B is there, C is there, right? Complete study plan is given there. Then we have, right? So all the four subject we have given here. Then RBWM will be taken up by Vishal Mantri sir, and the complete study plan is there. Okay, right? So you can go buy now. Then after reaching the buy now, going by continue, right? So you can use here for purchasing this batch. You can use Y666 and go by apply, right? So for that you will be getting the 81% discount plus coin also you can use if you are using the Adda application. Okay, so all the best for your preparation. So this is the crash course and validity is 6 months and the price is 3999. Thank you and bye bye, take care.